welcome back to another episode of Canes All Access. I'm your host, Cameron Dobbs, and today we are bringing some new girls and new teams onto the show. Super exciting because we have Canes women's tennis in studio with us today, as well as Savannah Vach with women's volleyball later. But first and foremost, let's kick it off with our tennis girls, Alexa, Noel, and Bella Pfennig. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. We were just talking off air how you guys are the most talkative on the team. So I'm expecting this to be a good episode. Are you going to disappoint me or are we good?
No.
We won't disappoint you.
Yeah. Well, Alexa, I'm going to go straight to you because you're coming off of quite the weekend. You're a finalist at the ITA All-American Championships this past weekend, quarterfinals for the third straight year. What was that experience like?
It was fun. I think the last year or so was kind of challenging for me from a bad injury and stuff like that. So it was nice to be back on the court, competing at such a high level and such a great tournament. And I have a lot of respect for that tournament. I hold it kind of in a special place in my heart just because I do decent there every year. So yeah, it was fun. It was great.
And you did so decent that I saw Coco Gauff casually just commented on the Instagram post telling you congrats. And don't let me fangirl too much here, but are you girls friends? Because I've seen you've practiced before.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen her in quite some time, but we definitely keep the conversation going whenever we can, and I have so much respect for her. I love her. I'm so happy for her. So yeah, it's pretty cool when she like kind of fangirls me back. She's like, "Great job!" At a college tournament, I'm like, "Okay, here you are, winning U.S. Open," but it's casual.
You're like, act cool.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's incredible. And Belle, we're gonna go to you now because you girls are in fall season, and though your main ACC and NCAA season is in spring, you're still competing a lot right now. So talk to me about like fall season in tennis. What does that look like for you guys?
Well, as you said, our main season's in the spring, but in the fall we're just like competing individually, so actually quite a lot. So we have like 4 or 5 tournaments so every other weekend, I would say. And I mean, it's different. You don't play next to your teammates, but it's just, I mean, it's really good to compete because basically we're getting ready for the spring. So just like competing and playing against those good players, it's awesome. So yeah, it's different, but like really good too.
And this is senior year for you.
It is.
How are you feeling about
that?
I
don't know. It went by so fast. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I still feel like a freshie, but then I have those other freshies on my team. I'm like, no, I'm not a freshie anymore. You can't behave like a freshie. So, I mean, it was awesome. So, but I don't know how I went to senior year that fast. So let's hope this one will last a little longer than the other years, but we'll see.
There you go. So could all it does go by so quick in a blink of an eye. My goodness. What's been like your favorite memory so far at Miami?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the best memories were probably like where we had tight matches and we just win those. I don't know, the 4-3 last year against NC State or the year before, like at ACC's 4-3 against Georgia Tech. Like if you're just in those moments with your team and you get the W, I think these are just the best moments because that's what you work for every day. So yeah, but there have been some cool moments, not gonna lie.
And both of y'all had a lot of cool moments this past season together, in fact, because you were playing doubles together all season long. Tell me, what is that experience like having a doubles partner? Because you know, I played volleyball and I'm used to that kind of chemistry of a team. You have 6 girls on the court versus 2, and we have a ton of girls subbing in and out. So what is it like kind of just having like your one ride or die all season long?
You want to take it?
Yeah, it's with this one especially, I don't know. I feel like when we're on the court, we kind of have like a similar mindset in terms of competing. Like we just fight for every point and we are really loud. So especially in doubles, it's just so cool when we're like next to each other and we just scream at each other, and like when we win a point, like let's go! I don't know, like it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a blast. We definitely, I'd say, we have probably the most similar mindset of each other than anybody else on the team. You think probably, so it is a lot of fun being on the doubles court and yelling and just the high energy. It's a blast, and it's different than singles. I mean, singles you're just kind of like out there alone, even though you do have your teammates next to you. It's like nobody can do it for you, you know, no one can take over, no one can control anything that's going on. But kind of with doubles,
you have each other. Like, I mean, when there's some days where I don't play well, I just hope like, please ace, and then she's an ace. I'm like, let's go. I don't know. You can just like have each other's back, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And what did that mean for you coming in? Because, you know, you're a senior now at Miami, but you were a newcomer this past season.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that like coming in and kind of immediately finding your match on the court and doing so well together at that?
Yeah, well, we didn't. Did we play doubles last fall?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so we didn't play doubles together until January, February of this year. So it was kind of the beginning. We were trying to feel each other out, but we did get it together really quickly, and we had some really great matches where we beat some top 10 teams in the country like easy. So that was fun. But then we also had some matches where it was like we're both not playing well. But it was fun for me just because obviously I came from like a completely different team, completely different vibe. The goals were just astronomically different at Iowa than they are here. So it was fun to be with somebody that wants the same things as I do. But yeah, it's been a blast.
I love it. And you girls together continue to play and just be leaders on this Hurricanes team. You're looking at fall season this year. And I was looking at the fall schedule on Instagram, and this seems so minute and probably random of a question. But Alexa, I was looking at the graphic, and there's a picture of you shot kind of turned, and you can see a tattoo on your shoulder, and it says starting over, correct?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Is there a meaning behind that tattoo?
There is, yeah. Some people think it's about like my transfer. It's actually not at all. I mean, maybe.
Did you get it
maybe in a way.
when you transferred?
I got it in January of this year.
Okay.
But it's actually it's about my dad. Long story. Should I tell the story?
Yes, please.
Long story short, my dad and I packed up my entire apartment in Iowa City, and we're getting in the U-Haul, ready to drive like 20 hours down here. And he was like, Alexa, you got to play the song Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. So we listened to it, and we were both like sobbing in the car together. It was really cute. But I guess in a way it's about my transfer, but it's really for my dad. But yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. In fact, it's funny because when I was prepping for this, I saw that, and I was thinking in my mind, like, well, if nothing else, there's a really good song by Chris Stapleton called Starting
song.
Over. But it's the exact meaning. I love that.
It is, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How fun. Well, you girls have made an impact since the moment both of you stepped on campus, whether it was years ago or really just this past year. And so what are you looking forward to this next year, both of you, on just impact you're going to make on the court or at this university as a whole?
I mean, I don't know. As you said, it's my last year, so I guess, as you said, we are like kind of the leaders of the program, so we just like have to be there for our teammates in bad times, but also like be tough on them in good times. So yeah, I don't know. Our coach always said like last one, best one, so that's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, this may not be my last year, so I just hope to support all the seniors on the team. I mean, so many of us are out of here come May, so I just hope that I can do the best I can and make it a great year for them. You know, it's done after this, as sad as that sounds, but yeah, I just want to be a great teammate and be a good leader and keep learning every day and see what happens, and hopefully we can do the best we can. But yeah.
Amen to that. And I know so much of this show is also showcasing the humans behind the Hurricanes jersey. So who are you guys outside of your just sport in general, besides all the stats and things we see on the court? So you got to tell me before we leave the show. I got to have like one fun fact. We got the tattoo story. So maybe Bella, give me a good fun fact.
Oh my.
Outside of you and tennis, what's a hobby? What's a fun fact? What do you got for us?
Well, I love soccer. So I watch like a lot of soccer by Munich. I don't know if that's really funny. I actually have a funny story about us because last year, like when we go on the road, we room with each other and we kind of were rooming together. Out then, like we could like none of us slept during the night because, well, the AC was like really loud, and she's American, so she's used to like having the AC, and I'm European, where you don't have AC. So she couldn't sleep because it was so hot. I couldn't sleep because it was so loud. And then after that, we never roomed
we can't room together to this day.
I know.
Unfortunately,
like everybody woke up every 2 hours. She turned it on, and I turned it off again.
That night was miserable.
I know.
She turned it off to start. I wake up, I turn it on.
Yeah.
She wakes up, she turns it off. It was like we were up both probably 5 times throughout the night.
And after that, never again. But we won both of our matches on the weekend.
Where were we?
Georgia Tech.
Oh, yeah. At least we won.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's right. We had to switch.
Yeah, after that we switched.
We roomed in Clemson, and then we drove to Georgia Tech, and we were telling Paige we both didn't sleep all night, and she was like, just switch, guys.
Yeah.
So we switched in the middle of the trip.
I mean, it was really fun. We were watching Netflix and stuff, but then once the night came, we were like, nah, we can't do this anymore.
We can't do this.
Yeah.
So you're great on the court together, you're great off the court, but when it comes to bedtime, you're like, now we
Yeah.
have our separate rooms.
No, can't do it.
That's awesome. And you said last one, best one earlier. So last one, best one question here. Favorite memory from last year playing together? Favorite win from last year?
As a team or doubles?
No, as you two together. Yeah.
Doubles.
UNC for sure, no?
UNC, UVA, the first time.
That was pretty easy, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
But
one's
the
like-
UNC, I
She's
mean,
like,
No,
I like
but
the
UNC
easy.
definitely, I think, because UNC,
Yeah.
that team was one in the country, and then they won NCAAs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was after, but at the in the moment, we're like, we're so good.
and then like the last one, you played terribly, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
We don't remember that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
Definitely.
you got a couple highlights from that season you
Yeah,
can
we
look back
do.
to. And
Yeah, for
I'm sure
sure.
many more to look to this season. So
Hopefully.
congrats on the success so far, and thanks for hopping on the show today.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
It's fun.
It was fun.
Cane fans, make sure you catch these girls on the court this fall and, of course, in spring season when they're playing more. But that's all we have for our tennis girls in studio. But stay tuned. We got senior Savannah Vach with Canes Volleyball coming in next. Savvy, 3-time ACC Setter of the Week this season, absolutely killing it. Once again with your Canes. Welcome to Canes All Access.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So excited to have you on. And you are coming straight up from the gym, up the stairs, into the studio from practice.
Yeah.
So how was practice today?
Practice was good. We switched up our schedule a little bit, so that was interesting. We had film, practice, and then weights. So now just getting the rest of the day done and then do it again tomorrow.
There you go, just like that. And you guys have Georgia Tech and Clemson this weekend. Georgia Tech being number 12 and Clemson always being a good competitor in the ACC. So what does training specifically look like for y'all this week heading into that?
So normally, like today, we had film first and then practice. Tomorrow we'll have like more specific game planning type film in the morning to go over like offensive game plan, defensive game plan. And then we'll have training again, weights again, and then Thursday is our travel day. We'll review, get some work done there when we get there, and then Friday play, same thing on Saturday, review, and then Sunday we play again.
And one thing that I think is really cool about Miami volleyball, and granted, everyone else could be doing this and I just don't know, as well as every other sport, but y'all take a lot of ownership, and by y'all I mean the players take a lot of ownership in scouting and creating the game plans yourself. Talk about that experience that you have at Miami.
So it kind of started pretty much when I was a freshman, like just being included in game planning. So that's been really helpful for me personally, just because if you know why you want to run the offense a certain way, like it really just helps you like kind of just make it flow in your brain during the game. You don't even have to think about it. You just know where people are going to be and what do you want to do with the blockers and stuff like that. So just having that opportunity and that like trust within the coaching staff with us has been really cool for me.
So you're game planning for Georgia Tech and Clemson this weekend, and you are already halfway through the season, which is unbelievable. That time is flying, and it's already well into October now. So talk to me. I mean, your last year here for the Canes. You've been here for a hot minute now in grad school, already graduated, all the things there. What is your mindset heading into the rest of the season with the Canes?
So I think just really continuing to have fun as a team and like really building our team culture and just trying to figure out like which pieces of our team work the best where. I know you said we're already halfway through the season, but we're still working on things every day that we need to get better at, and I think we still have a lot of room to grow and get better as a group, and I'm really excited to see what the next half looks like for us.
And before we look too much into the future, let's look back first, because you just came off of a really thrilling, 8 days or so. Y'all had 4 matches within a week practically, and I'm glad you got a little bit of off time over the weekend, because I know y'all have to be a little excited or a little tired from that, though it was so exciting. But Friday night, you capped off that stretch of games with a big win against NC State.
Yes.
And that was huge for several reasons, but one being NC State, of course, just beat number 5 Louisville before they came into your match. And that was also your first 5-set win of the season. So what did that win mean to you guys?
So I think just in basic terms, like that's a really big RPI match for us. So I think it meant a lot to really get that win and, you know, get that win under our belt so our RPI can go up a little bit. But we've always been a team that kind of goes back and forth with NC State since I've been here a bit. So just knowing a lot of the players and then getting that win was really special, of course, but I think the game specifically made it even more special. I think in the fourth set we were winning, and we probably should have won already in the fourth set, and then in the fifth set we were winning like 14-8 or something, and then they came back and we finally closed it out. But it just, that feeling of relief in the fifth set was like, wow, thank goodness we won, but probably should have won it a bit sooner. But I think it was a bit of a thrill for the fans too, so, you know, at least we got it done.
And speaking of the fans, y'all have had this incredible atmosphere, really last season as well, as I feel like when it kind of cranked up in the volleyball gym, but this year too, of just standing room only practically at your last couple of matches from FSU to NC State and before that as well, led by Category 5, so shout out to the student section.
Yes.
But I mean, standing room only, so much so that they even put the volleyball match up on the video board at the soccer stadium for an overflow crowd. Like, absolutely insane. I've been here 7 years and I've never heard of that, and it's so cool. So what has the experience improved to for you guys with the impact of your fans?
So I think a lot of it has been the work that we've put in with Category 5, like on the side. Like a couple times Derek and a couple of the other guys have come to practice and just like done videos with us. We've done a lot of marketing with them and just kind of getting to know each other over time. And I think that's sort of built this kind of tighter knit relationship with them to where they want to work harder for us, we want to work harder for them, and just kind of building that atmosphere. And then besides that, I think a lot of the community nights have helped build a bigger crowd for us as well, where a lot of like local clubs or local high schools and middle schools bring their volleyball team to come watch us. And I think just mixing those two things together has really built a special environment for us that we've never really seen before, like you said, this year. And it's just been such an amazing experience. Like the energy when you're in the gym is unmatched. Like you can't beat it.
And talk about that, because it seems like there's a little bit of mix. Obviously, everyone knows like home court advantage and the vibe of that. But then some people are like, you know, the crowd doesn't affect your play, this and that and the other. I think it does. I think it has a huge advantage. So talk about that a little bit more, of just like what the difference is when the gym is packed.
So it's just so loud, and like everybody in the gym is going to be on the opposing team no matter what happens. Like they could, you know, dribble the ball or whatever, and they're just going to be on them and, you know, just in their ears the whole time. And it really gets, for me, like when I go to other gyms, I try to block it out, but you know, there's some things that you hear that get in your head a little bit. So just having that advantage for us and then being able to build off the energy that the crowd builds for us is just really, really cool.
You mentioned Category 5, you mentioned the community, and another big group of people that are always in the gym every single week, whether you're home or away, is of course your own family.
Of course.
Every single game, right?
Yeah, every game.
What does that mean to you to have at least someone from your family show up to every match of your entire career here?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel so lucky. Like I know my family loves volleyball. Literally my mom played, my sister played, my brother plays now, and obviously I'm still playing. So they're volleyball fanatics at this point, and I think even if I wasn't still playing here, they'd probably come to the game still. They just love it. They love being around everybody and seeing the atmosphere, and just I think volleyball in general is just a really exciting sport to watch because something happens every point. It's different every time, every minute something different is happening. So I just think they enjoy that, and then obviously they get to see me too, and I just love having them here.
And I love having them there too. Every time I see them in the gym, I always go and give them hugs on my way up to go do ACC. So it's so fun seeing the support of not only your family, but so many of the volleyball girls' family. I know Angela Grieve, she has her family at every single match, home or away as well. A lot of parents travel, so it's a really cool community you guys have built. But speaking of legacy, because you mentioned it, your whole entire family is pretty much a volleyball family. You've played since you could practically walk. Yeah. Since, how old were you exactly?
I started club at 4.
Exactly. So. 4 years old, already playing volleyball. And clearly hard work has paid off because you are where you are today. But you're living in this legacy that your family has built in terms of volleyball. So going into your last season here at Miami, what's the legacy that you want to leave here with the Canes?
So I think just like enjoying the time here in general. I think a lot of people nowadays, like when you are getting recruited, you think big schools and you think you want to go to the best possible volleyball program you can go to. And genuinely, I think this program is something so special, and the coaches and the players and just the atmosphere that I'm surrounded by every day, like I feel so lucky to have been here. And I mean, I could say like the legacy that I want to leave is like doing this and this and this, but I would say enjoy it. Like just have fun while you're here, really take it in, really accept the love that people are giving you and give as much love back.
As a former Canes volleyball player myself, I couldn't have said it better myself. So true. Love the entire program here, and really awesome to see you thrive in it from day one, way back when at volleyball camp when we played together, to seeing you commit, come here to the U, and then make the impact you've made. It's been really awesome. So congrats on everything so far.
Thank you so much.
And the best is yet to come. So good
Hope
luck
so.
this weekend. Hopefully we can wreck Tech and beat Clemson and come back with some wins. Awesome. Thanks for hopping on the show.
Thank you.
Cane fans, that's all we have for Canes All Access this week. I'm your host, Cameron Dobbs, and stay tuned for more episodes where we dive right into the humans behind the Hurricanes jersey. Till next time, as always, go Canes.